You know, everyone loves a good reboot, a remake, a reimagining. So let's bring this back, shall we? What's up, everybody? I'm Jason Soto from Whatever But Jason Soto, a comedy podcast. And this is Jason's awesome DVD shelf, a top 10 list where I do a random list featuring a topic, but the catch is all the movies on the list have to be movies that I own, either on Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, Laserdisc, 8mm, snuff film, home movies, TikTok videos. Yeah. So I did a show like this like a long ass time ago where the idea was I was going to just talk about one movie on my shelf, but then I felt that was very interesting, so I'm rebooting it where I'm going to make it a top 10 list because people love lists. Here's top 10 reasons why people love top 10 lists. Number 10. They come in numbers of 10, which is a very pleasing number. Number 9, people like lists. Number 8, this joke is already being run into the ground. And so on. Before I get to today's topic, I do want to mention, actually I do want to talk about something kind of, here's a random thing. I was going through my collection, see the shelf behind me, this is a brand new shelf, I just got these a couple weeks ago, just put them up. Put DVDs in. It looks awesome. As I was doing that, I realized I do not own the movie Clerks. And I love the movie Clerks. It's like my second favorite movie of all time. And I was like, that is an abomination to God. So I decided to do something about that. What did I decide to do? I went on the good old Amazon. I went tippity tap 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 bing. And then I went to Amazon. I said, where's Clerks on DVD? Guess what? Clerks on DVD is not out there, or it's out of print, or not published, or something. So there's just used copies available. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not beneath a used copy. So I found a used copy that was relatively priced well, and I ordered that sucker. It just came in today. Here it is. But here's a funny thing. It's in Dutch. Yeah, I don't know if you can read that. But, yeah, this is Dutch. It's a Dutch copy of Clerks. And it's got the little red 16 instead of the rated R. And, but the front is very much in English. And even the little newspaper blurbs are in English, the description itself is in Dutch. And I don't know if this is a region-free movie or if I'm screwed because I do not have a region-free player. So I'm hoping this will play on my DVD. I haven't tried it yet. I literally just got it. So I just wanted to talk about that. This was just added to my collection. It's a Dutch version of Clerks on DVD. You know what? Even if I can't play this, I'm going to keep it just because to say I have a Dutch version of Clerks on DVD. I just think that's hilariously awesome. So, there's that. Alright, what are we doing today? What is this list? Well, this is a YouTube video. You can see it down there at the bottom. You can't surprise people on YouTube. I mean, the only way you could probably surprise people is if you just put, like, weird symbols in the title of the video, and then people are like, what is this? And then you make the still like a black and white picture of a guy in a trench coat and a hat, and he's looking all mysterious, and maybe he has a gun, and then maybe like a UFO is like right here, and then it's like, okay, what kind of video am I watching? And then bam, it's a top 10 list about DVDs. So, yeah. Okay, what was I saying? This video's list is about top 10 movies that I own that I have not watched yet. Now I'm gonna include VHS, you know, in future episodes, but for now I only stuck with DVD and Blu-ray because my VHS collection is kind of weird, and basically I'm just collecting VHS tapes. So like 90% of my VHS tapes I have not seen, so I did not want to include those. So I'm only including the Blu-rays and DVDs right now. I might do a top 10 VHS version at some point to show those off. But for now, these are going to be just pure Blu-ray DVDs. So there we go. I don't know what the order is. There's kind of not an order. I guess the number one is going to be the movie that when I tell you guys that A, I own it, and B, I haven't seen it yet, you're going to probably shit your pants, leave a bunch of angry comments in the comment section, and then storm my house and probably kill me. So that's probably the order this is going to be in. Other than that, I didn't really have an order when I was typing it. So here we go. Okay, my number 10 is a movie that looked interesting. It looks interesting. I'm basing a lot of these on the cover, which is probably what you're not supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to judge stuff by the cover. But goddamn it, I am basing this on the cover, and that's gonna be Inseminoid. That's what this looks like, and that alien does look indeed what you think it looks like, and that is kind of mainly my whole reason for getting it. I don't know if I'm gonna get banned from YouTube. YouTube's computer is gonna scan this and be like, "That is a dick. That is a dick. Abort video. Abort video. There's a dick in this video." Yeah, that's clearly a dick, and that's a naked lady, and she is pretty much she's very naked. You can't see anything because it's like in shadows, but there's a penis alien hovering over a naked lady, and the tagline is, "Somewhere in the depth of space, a horrific nightmare is about to become a reality." And this is also called Horror Planet. So there you go. This is the widescreen edition. All right, what's this about? What does the DVD say? Man has landed on the planet before. That's already a weird sentence. Man has landed on the planet before. A fruitless, expensive fiasco of an expedition. Then, 50 years later, a smaller but disastrous landing has left 2 men horribly and unexplainably dead. Now, a third attempt had so far found nothing but a silent, lifeless world, until he broke open the underground chamber and discovered in the most vile way imaginable that the planet was not quite dead, that a sleeping life form had been waiting for millennia, needing only a chance to breed before escaping to spread like a foul, devouring disease into the lifeblood of the universe. And to breed it needs the body of those who had disturbed it. Ew. So I don't know why I haven't seen this yet. This just appealed to me, probably because of the dick alien, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Sounds interesting, really. Sounds like something that would be on Joe Bob Briggs. I'm surprised this hasn't been on Joe Bob Briggs. Maybe next season. Maybe. But, yeah. So, the number 10 movie that I own that I haven't seen yet, DVD/Blu-ray edition, is Inseminoid. My number 9 is a movie I heard about growing up. So there was this channel, boys and girls, have a seat. Grandpa Soto is going to tell you a story. Back in my day, when I was a kid, there was this channel called Nick at Night, you see. And Nick at Night used to play sitcoms from the 50s and 60s. Yeah, it still maybe exists today, but now they show like Friends and Roseanne and Home Improvement and the Wayne Brothers, maybe. I don't know. Which is kind of depressing. But, anywho, so anyway, when I was a kid, they used to play reruns of this show called Get Smart. And it was a pretty funny show. It was like a spy spoof thing with Don Adams, who was a spy, but he was a bumbling idiot, and he didn't do things right, and shit just fell on his lap, and he was married to a really hot chick, and, yeah. Anyway, they made a movie, and it's called The Nude Bomb. and I don't know why I haven't seen this yet. Um, it's a Get Smart movie. It sounds almost kind of like an unofficial movie. No, Buck Henry's involved. Well, no, they just credit him. Anywho, I don't know what this is about. It's rated PG, so I don't know how new the nude bomb's gonna be. Um, but let's see here. Join Don Adams as Maxwell Smart of the original Get Smart TV series and the Nude Bomb. Agent 86 is assigned to battle an evil villain who's threatening to drop a nude bomb capable of destroying all the fabric in the world. Oh. With only 48 hours, some voluptuous assistance, and his questionable spy skills to help him, Maxwell Smart certainly has his hands full trying to save the world from severe nakedness. The Nude Bomb is a hilarious spoof that is sure to leave you in stitches. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't watched this yet, and it sounds fucking interesting, honestly. There is a girl wearing like a, you know, like a shirt, but she's like posed all sexy. I don't know what that might mean. And there's Don Adams and a shark, and there's a guy with an eye patch, and there's Don Adams poking out of a pipe, and there he is on the cover with his shoe phone. So to you younger people who don't know what the hell Get Smart was, again, it was like a spoof of James Bond. It was a TV show, it was a sitcom, and it was just hilariously goofy all the way through. None of it made any sense. It was, if you ever seen like the old like Batman show from the 60s, it was kind of like that, but with like a spy twist. So there was a movie in like 2005, 6 maybe, with Steve Carell. It was a decent movie, but OG, man, gotta go for that. My number 9, The Nude Bomb. So sometimes I go to Target and I browse the DVD section, and they have sales, and they have their DVDs and Blu-rays on sale, and it's like an amazing sale, and I'm like, holy shit, that is an amazing sale. I need to get that movie. That was how I got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I have seen, so that is not on this list. But I only got that movie because it was $10 on Blu-ray, and I was like, that is an amazing deal. Purchase immediately. And I'm glad I did, because that is a damn fine movie. But this pick was a similar situation where I was like, oh, I kind of remember hearing about this movie, and it's pretty cheap at Target, so I'm going to get it. And that is The Belko Experiment. If I remember correctly, this was written by, yes, James Gunn, who is now famous for the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but not to be a movie hipster or anything, but I knew James Gunn before he was cool, man. Yeah, Daddy-O. I knew him back when he did Slither and Super and even some Troma stuff. Yeah, he was in Troma movies, but you didn't know that shit. Anyway, he blew up with Guardians of the Galaxy, and now he gets to do whatever the hell he wants, except direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but then that got taken care of, so whatever. Anywho, Belko Experiment. Welcome to Belko Industries, a normally calm workplace that's about to devolve into a blood-soaked battle royale with a shocking case study of bone-crunching horror. When 80 American employees are suddenly locked in their office building in Bogota, Colombia, a mysterious voice in the intercom orders them to participate in a ruthless game of kill or be killed. As the terror escalates, so does the body count. Now everyone is a competitor, and everyday objects become deadly weapons. Let the corporate carnage commence. And even the cover says, hey, it's Office Space meets Battle Royale. Which is kind of what that sounds like. It sounds pretty cool. I remember like hearing, like the trajectory was, I heard about it, it came out, and then it just disappeared. So, I don't know. I'm hoping it's good. I spent $12 on it or something. So, The Belko Experiment. Alright, so for a very brief time in 2018, I worked at a used DVD, well, it was a used bookstore that also sold DVDs. And when you work there, you get a discount, a 50% discount. So my entire time working there, I went nuts and bought all the shit that I could buy. This was one of the things that I bought. This just came out, I think just earlier that year, and it was like an Oscar winner. And I was like, ooh, I kind of want to see that. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. And that is The Shape of Water. As you see, it was $10. I only paid $5. And I tend to do that, or if it's like a movie I really want to see, I'll buy it. So that way I can get around to watching it, and I don't have to worry about like renting it from the library or Netflix or, you know, Redbox or whatever, and then racking up the fees because it's just sitting in my house not being watched. Because I got to be in the mood to watch certain stuff, and I feel like this is one of the movies I have to be in a mood for. I did that with The Lighthouse. I had The Lighthouse from Netflix for like 2 months, and then just one day I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch The Lighthouse. And, well, that's not the topic of this show. But regardless, I watched it, and I will get around to Shape of Water. From Master... Oh, wait, I got to do a different voice. This is an Oscar-winning movie. From master storyteller Guillermo del Toro comes The Shape of Water, an otherworldly fairy tale set against the backdrop of Cold War-era America, circa 1962. In the hidden high-security government laboratory where she works, lowly Elsa is trapped in a life of isolation. Elsa's life is changed forever when she and her co-worker Zelda, alright, discover a secret classified experiment. Rounding out the cast are Michael Shannon, Richard Jenkins, Michael Stuhlbarg, and Doug Jones. So anyway, the only thing I know about this movie is she fucks a fish. So, there you go. My number 7, Shape of Water. Alright, we're kind of getting into the weird territory here now. So my number 6, I found in a record store in Chicago, and I did not expect to find this in a record store in Chicago. And actually, it was the only thing that I bought in that record store in Chicago. And it was like a hipstery record store in Chicago. But I've always heard about this movie. I never knew, you know, when I was going to get to watch it. Apparently, it's available for free to watch on YouTube. But if you're going to own something, you might as well own Superstar, the Karen Carpenter story. I've not seen this. But what I do know is this is the Karen Carpenter story, but done with Barbie. So you see on the back there's some Barbies, and they're supposed to like represent like the Carpenters and stuff. And apparently the actual Carpenters didn't appreciate this movie too much. So yeah, so it was really hard to find apparently. Like, I mean, again, this was probably hard to find like in the 80s and 90s when like the internet wasn't a thing. So now the internet, you can find pretty much anything, and it's out there. But you know, what the hell? Why not have it on DVD, right? I mean, yeah. And then like it's super like bootleg. Like this is just like a super like bootleg DVD. Guess I can read the back. I'll read the back about everything else. Here it is! Todd Haynes' infamous 45-minute docudrama on America's favorite bulimic, shot almost entirely with Barbie dolls. Made with style and vision, this is a remarkably accomplished work that is both touching and surreal. Also included are some hilarious live-action Davey and Goliath parodies that Haynes worked on, as well as Haynes' other weird, touching, and very hard to find short films, Dottie Gets Spanked, which is about a young boy's unhealthy obsession with a TV sitcom patterned after the I Love Lucy show. Alright. A great find for any Haynes Carpenter weird film fan. I do like weird movies, so. Alright. Superstar. Superstar. I'm not gonna lie to you. I bought this only based on the title. Like, the cover's not even that great. The title was just like, what? And reading it, yeah, it don't sound that good, but when I tell you the name of the movie, you're gonna laugh. The Life and Death of a Porno Gang. The price tag's covering it up, but The Life and Death of a Porno Gang. Oh, I gotta read this part because this is amazing, folks. More powerful than a Serbian film. This violent, gory, and thought-provoking film is one of the most controversial video releases of the year. That's a way to start your DVD synopsis. Is saying it's more powerful than a Serbian film. If you don't know what a Serbian film is, I don't know how to put it except imagine the weird guy you went to school with made a movie about sex and violence. And then it's all done in a foreign language and you have to read subtitles. That's more or less a Serbian film. And I'm leaving a lot out in that description. The stuff that I'm leaving out of this you should be thankful for. But that's pretty much what a Serbian film is. So this being more powerful than that has me intrigued. And I probably really have to be in the mood to watch this. Actually, I don't think I'm going to read this because that's a lot. Let's just leave this a mystery. I don't know what Life and Death of a Porno Gang is, except that it's more powerful than a Serbian film. So we're going to go with that. So my number 5 is The Life and Death of a Porno Gang. Remember that bookstore I said I worked at for a couple of months? Well, on one of my last weeks there, this movie came by me. Because one of my jobs was I had to price the DVDs. I had to like scan it, see how much it was going for at other places, and then make up a price. So yes, I got to make up prices at a bookstore. It's kind of odd having that power, especially when I was a new guy who was a temp and I was leaving in like a week. So this came by and I was like, ooh, really? Okay. And then I was like, this is my last week here. I'm going to price this whatever I want. So I priced it and then I got caught. But I was like, what are you going to do, fire me? I was leaving in like 3 days. So, sure, yes. I might have did something kind of maybe illegal. Anyway, Caligula. The Malcolm McDowell, that Caligula. I have not gotten around to this yet. It's very infamous. I get the feeling it's going to be very disappointing for me because it's just had this lifetime of build-up of, you know, oh, it's Caligula. There's sex galore and violence, maybe. And I don't know what else. But, why not? And if you see, I made it. I made that price. I did that. I made it $7.99. It was supposed to be like $12.99, maybe even $14. I think I made it half off already. And then I got half off of that price. So I paid $4 for this. Yeah. So Caligula, Malcolm McDowell, it's got a reputation. I don't know if it's gonna, you know, earn its reputation when I finally do watch it. But we'll see. Anyway, my number 4 is Caligula. My number 3, I bought because I heard it was the most batshit insane movie on the face of the planet. and I wanted, again, access to it to when I felt like watching it. But unfortunately, it is now available to stream on like every platform. So, whatever. I have the hard copy of it. My number 3 is Mandy with Nicolas Cage. And this is supposed to be a goofy ass, wacky ass movie. I don't really know what it's about. I just know it's got like Nicolas Cage like covered in blood, and there's a chainsaw, and he's got an axe in the back or something, and there's a lot of red, a lot of weird neon red on this whole like Blu-ray. So let's see. The Quiet Life of Devoted Couple Red, well, there you go, and Mandy takes a dark and bizarre turn when a nightmarish cult and their maniacal leader seek to possess Mandy, body and soul. A shocking assault on the innocent pair leads to a spiraling, surreal, bloody rampage of all-out, mind-altering vengeance. That sounds good. I can go for that. That sounds really good. Let's check this out. My number... Okay, so my number 2. Okay, I don't want to go so far as to say I'm friends with the guy. Or friendly. I know who he is. He kinda knows who I am. But he hosts a podcast called Outside the Cinema. And he's been hosting it for, Jesus, fucking years. Like, easily 12 years, if not more. Maybe more. Maybe even like 15, maybe? A long time. He's been doing this show for a long time. Anyway, it's a cult cinema movie podcast. They review movies. It was like the inspiration for my movie podcast. And he went on to become a filmmaker. And he made a documentary about cult movies. And so he put out a Blu-ray of that movie. And I haven't watched it yet, which sucks because it sounds awesome. And this is called Survival of the Film Freaks. Sorry, Film Freaks. And it's just like a love letter to all kinds of cult cinema. And like what's cool is on the inside, I don't know if these are the movies they talk about, but there's a it's double-sided. I didn't realize that. There's a what's called a Film Freak checklist that has all these movies. And you're supposed to like check off all the ones you've seen, and it's double-sided. And so I don't know like if they go super into detail because there's a lot of movies, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet, and I'm very regretful of that because I really do want to see it because this sounds awesome and it looks cool, and I definitely want to check it out. So. If you can find this, I think this is available like on Amazon and stuff, so you can order it. Survival of the Film Freaks, you should definitely check it out. I plan on seeing it very soon, so don't worry, Bill Fulkerson. I plan on getting to it. So there you go. Okay, here we go. My number 1. I need to brace everybody because you're all gonna faint. You're all gonna die. You're gonna send me angry letters. I'm gonna get all kinds of nasty comments and emails and stuff. So everyone just strap yourselves in, put a seatbelt on, get an airbag ready, put a pillow on the floor in case you faint. I want everyone to be calm, cool, collected when I tell you what this is, alright? And I am counting 3 movies into this because really you can't just watch just one. You have to watch the whole thing, to my understanding. Now, you know how I mentioned a few times that I buy movies that I haven't seen just so I, like, okay, I'm going to finally get to it at my own leisure. That was my thinking with this. I just had not had the time to sit through this yet. So, here we go. Number 1, with a bang, The Lord of the Rings trilogy. I have not seen any Lord of the Rings films. I've not seen these three. I've not seen The Hobbits. I've not seen the 80s version of one, the 70s version of the other. Anything involving with Hobbits and Lord of the Rings, I have not seen. I have not seen any of it. I purchased these at Walmart. They were like $5 each. So I was like, 15 bucks. They're in my collection. Whenever I get a chance to it, I'll get to watch them. You know when I bought these things? Like 2007. Okay? That's how long ago I bought these things. I have not watched these yet. And it's not that I don't want to, or I feel like I have to resist watching it or something. I just haven't felt like it. It just sounds exhausting. Because everyone talks about how long they are, like how long the movies are. The fact that they have like multiple endings or something. The fact that each movie is like 3 hours long. There's 3 fucking movies. That's 12 hours. That's 12 fucking hours. And then you got the Hobbit movies, which they split into 3 movies. And those are like 3.5 hours. So that's 24 hours. That's 24 fucking hours of Hobbits. Who the fuck has 24 hours for Hobbits? Jesus fuck. Make them shorter. So I just have not felt like watching them yet. So I'm sorry, internet. You can be mad at me all you want. You can boycott me. You can cancel me. You can Me Too me and say I touched you in the wrong spot. Whatever. I have not seen Lord of the Rings yet. I plan on getting to it at some point. I'm not hating on it. I'm not refusing it. I'm not anything like that. I just haven't had the time. So, there you go. And yeah, I know that's technically 3 movies, but like I said, you can't watch just one of them. You have to watch all 3. So, there. I'm putting that in the #1 slot. So, there you go. That's my top 10 movies that I own that I haven't watched yet. I did have more on the list. I do own a lot more that I haven't seen, but I figured these were the 10 that stood out to me, like the ones that I should have seen by now. I might revisit this in the future. And I still got my VHS stuff to go through, so we'll see how that goes. But until then, hey, I just want to tell you, I host a podcast. It's called Whatever with Jason Soto. It's a comedy podcast. We talk about anything and everything. Me and my pal, Mary Mitchell, we just talk, and we're funny, and we make funny comments and funny statements and funny observations, and we make fun of Florida. So you can check that out wherever you get podcasts from: Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, phones, pods, and wherever. Just go to your podcast place, type in Whatever with Jason Soto, hit the subscribe. You will not regret it. So there's that. Okay, and the second thing is, leave in the comments below, A, your thoughts about this video, B, thoughts on any of the movies that I picked for movies that I haven't seen yet, what you think I should watch first. I know you're probably going to yell at me Lord of the Rings, but give me a break on that. And C, what other topic would you like me to cover? Make it original. Don't just be like top 10 movies you hate or top 10 movies you own that are bad. Like, come up with like a very original topic of something that like no one else would have ever thought of. You can just do weird like top 10 blue DVDs you own, or top 10 movies featuring guys whose name begin with Kyle, or something. Come up with something original. Leave it in the comments. I might just use it for a future episode. Otherwise, hit like, subscribe, thumbs up, all the stuff that YouTubers say, and I'll be back in the future with another episode of these, and I hope you had a good time. I had a blast. I'm Jason Soto. Take care. Bye-bye.